Welcome to Will It Build, the series where I take your builds from my YouTube comments and Discord server and put them to the test to see if they are the real deal. If it's solid, then I'll gift you 1,000 silver, and if it's really something special, you'll be featured in a dedicated build video for your submitted build. So comment yours below so we can answer the question, will it build? Welcome to a brand new episode of Will It Build. Today we are testing out a build submitted by Rathu McRat, testing out the brand new Balance of Power Hunter exotic boots. If we look at the exotic perk of these, we've got Double Down, where your Threaded Spectre has increased duration and durability, and damaging it releases additional Threadlings. Also, while near your Threaded Spectre, you do not appear on radar. Now, right out the gate, we see a lot of, extra durability, radar. It seems like a PvP exotic. I do think the additional Threadlings aspect of it does have PvE applications, and the increased durability can also help a little bit more because it can pull the aggro off of you for a little bit longer. Especially with Prismatic Hunter, we have a lot of ways to make a lot of Threaded Spectres, right? So the subclass they've got us set up with, they're recommending Deadfall Tether or Silence and Squall. I'm going with the Deadfall Tether aspect of this. For our grenade, they're recommending us towards Grapple. They're recommending Combination Blow. They're recommending Gambler's Dodge. On the aspects, of course, we're going with Threaded Spectre because we're using the boots. And obviously, activating your class ability leaves behind a decoy woven from strand matter that draws the attention of nearby combatants. After taking damage or after we damage it, release a bunch of Threadlings at everything. They are also urging us towards Winter's Shroud, where when we dodge near enemy targets, we will slow all of our nearby targets and will increase our class ability regeneration. Not that that's going to be super important, because obviously we can just kill stuff with Combination Blow and instantly get our Gambler's Dodge back. I think it's still nice just in case we're not able to run in and punch something, right? As far as our facets go, I'm still getting a little bit used to the prismatic facets, so I'm gonna go a little slow here because I'm assuming a lot of other people are in the same boat. We're starting off with the facet of Bravery. We're defeating targets with Grenade Final Blows, grants volatile weapons to your void weapons. But we're probably not getting a ton of Grenade Final Blows because we're using Grapple Grenade. And I already know they're recommending a ton of strand weaponry for us. So I think they're recommending this a lot more. For the second part of the fragment, we're defeating targets with powered melee final blows, grants unraveling rounds to your strand weapons, which would be great because it'll allow us to make a lot of tangles, and we're obviously going to be getting a lot of powered melee final blows, right? I also have a little fun fact about Combination Blow once we get into here that a lot of people might not know, so once we get into the gameplay portion, I'm going to show you guys how potent this can actually be. These unraveling rounds on all of our strand weapons are also going to synergize really, really well with the Threaded Blast seasonal artifact mod. I'm just mentioning it right now, where if we destroy a tangle with a strand weapon, it's a larger and more damaging explosion, basically turns the tangles into nuclear bombs, which is really nice. As far as the rest of the fragments go, we've got the Facet of Honor. We're collecting an elemental pickup or destroying a tangle grants Transcendence energy of the same type. So this is going to give us a lot of Darkness Transcendence energy anytime we destroy our tangles. Then got the Facet of Dawn, where anytime we hit something with a powered melee, we make ourselves radiant, and powered melee final blows will make us and all nearby allies radiant. So that's just Ember of Torches basically from Solar, but for prismatic purposes. That one's easy. Next, we got the Facet of Devotion. We're defeating targets afflicted with stasis or strand debuffs, aka Unraveling, grants bonus light transcendence energy. So I see, okay, so we're getting a lot of light transcendence energy from the Facet of Devotion, and we're getting a lot of darkness transcendence energy from the Facet of Honor. So I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. And remember that when we're in Transcendence, we get increased ability regeneration, we get increased weapon damage, we get increased damage resistance. So being in Transcendence a lot, having high uptime on it is pretty good. Fragment number 5, got the Facet of Balance, where rapidly defeating targets with light damage grants melee energy, which doesn't seem like it's going to be particularly important for this build because Combination Blow is obviously always going to come back to the Gambler's Dodge. But then we also have rapidly defeating targets with darkness damage, aka tangles, threadlings, etc., is going to grant grenade energy. So we're going to have really high uptime on our grapple grenade, theoretically. And then finally, we have the Facet of Purpose, where when we pick up an Orb of Power, we get a elemental buff based on our equipped super. So if we're running Deadfall Tether, we're going to get Void Overshield. If we are running Silence and Squall, we would get Frost Armor. I think you can justify either of those. I'm going to stick with Deadfall Tether just for now, but I think that's like a dealer's choice situation, right? As far as weaponry goes, they urged me towards a strand primary ammo weapon. I am rocking and rolling with the Rufus's Fury, which has got Demolitionist and Hatchling to play a little bit more into our Threadling generation power fantasy. Gonna throw a backup mag on there real quick. Demolitionist is going to feel spectacular as well for having higher grapple grenade uptime. They are then recommending that we use the Tessellation. I have actually never shot a bullet out of Tessellation in my entire life. The good news is that they said that the catalyst is not required for this build to work properly. There's a lot of people probably in here that, like, real quick, we film all these live at twitch.tv/Mactix. Those watching live right now, do me a favor, type the number 1 in chat if you have used Tessellation before, like you've spent more than 5 minutes using the weapon. Type the number 2 in chat if you've, like, actually, like, never even shot a bullet out of it. Like, 50% of the people in here are typing 2. So you guys are going to learn, a lot of you guys at least, are going to learn how Tessellation works with me here today in this video. Weapon instrument topology, I have no idea what that means. Adapts its damage type to match your equipped grenade. So since we have grapple grenade, this is going to deal strand damage. Final blows grant grenade energy. And I also know that if we hold reload button, we are going to consume our grenade to load a large projectile shape. Why is it phrased like this? That's so confusing. We're going to load in a thing that does a lot of damage. Okay? So we're going to figure it out. Catalyst, I don't have it, but if you did have the catalyst, targets near the blast of property irreducible, which is the trait right here. Whatever verb you want to pick, with an elemental effect matching your equipped grenade's damage type. So I'm assuming that would mean that they would, like, if we loaded our strand grenade in here, it would impact something with, like, unravel or sever. That doesn't really matter that much to me, though, because we're going to have such high uptime on unraveling rounds on all 3 of our weapons because of our fragments. So I don't think that's going to be that, I mean, surely it'd be better than not having the catalyst, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Before I get to the mods, actually, we're not going to test the build in Patrol. But I want to get a feel for this thing. If I run up on this guy, typical fusion rifle. Oh, I tried to load my grenade by holding the grenade button. That's not how that works, is it? This is kind of funny, though, right out the gate. So wait, so if I'm doing my combination blow loop, and I'm continuously going melee dodge, like, I'm making a bunch of clones, right? Yeah, okay, I see how this works. Okay, so if I hold the reload button, sucks up my grapple grenade, and so now I get to, like... Cool. Very, very cool. That's great. Sure, pretend like that didn't happen. Okay. That say it did 155,000 damage? Hold on. Yeah, that's for a special weapon? And then you pull the heavy weapon out to fish. So I guess that's how Tessellation works. Our mods, they are recommending us towards a Strand Siphon mod, a Special Ammo Finder, and a Special Ammo Scout. Triple heavy-handed, because I think we're still, like, banking on combination blow being really effective and having high uptime in this build, so we can make as many clones as humanly possible. Some resistance mods and a reserves mod matching the element of our heavy weapon. We've got the Pro Memoria, which is the brand new Strand machine gun from the Pale Heart. This one has Reconstruction, Desperate Measures, which I think is actually a pretty insane roll. So we're going to get bonus ammo on that from the reserves. They recommended a Strand Weapon Surge, a Strand Holster, and a Recuperation. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to want the holster. I feel like I would rather have a Strand Scavenger because I've got Reconstruction on my machine gun. So I feel like I don't really need the holster, but I'll use it. And then finally on the class item, they got us with Reaper, Powerful Attraction, and Bomber, as they typed in their post, the holy trinity of class armor mods for Hunter. They say that the gameplay loop for this is that we want to use our grapple grenade and get a kill with our grapple melee, because our grapple melee is going to unravel targets that hits. They say that that is also going to proc Bravery to give unraveling rounds to all of our Strand weapons. Where's Bravery? Right here. That's going to give our unraveling rounds to our Strand weapons. It's also going to create a tangle that we can shoot and explode with our Strand weapons to do like a massive, massive boom. They then say that after that, we'll go into our dodge punch loop combo, leaving threaded specters all over the place. And with our increased grenade energy regeneration on Darkness Final Blows, on top of the intrinsic refund on Tessellation, you can pretty much load your nade into it whenever you want for a nice chunk of damage. Wait, did they say intrinsic refund on Tessellation? What's going on there? What are they talking about? Final Blows grant grenade energy. I told you, I've literally never used Tessellation ever. Am I crazy for wanting to drink the pickle juice out of this pouch, by the way? Hop on. We're going to test this build out in the new Dual Destiny exotic class item mission. I'm rocking and rolling with Knight of Katarnia. Thanks for helping me out. They were just chilling in the Twitch stream where we film all of these live, by the way, twitch.tv/Mactix. So you should definitely stop by maybe you can hop in and run one of these with me while we're filming the next Will It Build video. But I'm not 100%, like, I don't really know where to test these in these expansions in the final shape, because the coil is gone, and I feel like Onslaught is old content. You guys don't really want to watch Onslaught. I don't think. So if you could do me a huge favor, all of you watching, comment down below what you think, like, the new standard testing ground should be for Will It Build. I'd be very curious to know. So we're going to start out. We're going to get our combination blow stack in. And as you can clearly see, we have left a lot of clones behind. So I'm kind of thinking... I also said from the new exotic, we want to be the ones to kill the clones. Because if we kill the clone, it'll leave a bunch of extra threadlings. And I'm curious, like, how many extra threadlings it'll leave. Let me try this. I'm going to let these guys damage this clone and kill it. I think it's going to leave 2, because I see... No, that was more than 2. I saw, like, 2 threadlings orbiting the clone, if that makes sense. I'm going to try and, like, get far away from it, so I can very clearly see how many threadlings are popping out. It looks like it's just 2. There's 1. If they keep shooting, there's another that randomly popped out. So, like, what? 4 in total or something like that? Maybe. But what happens if I'm the one who kills the clone? Because it said that if I, like, the exotic perk of my boots is that if I'm the one that kills the clone, it's going to do bonus threadlings. So if I dodge and I shoot it. Oh. So it sends out 4 from the explosion, and I'm presuming if other enemies shot at it, so I'm guessing it'll do 2 that are orbiting it right now. Plus the additional 4, maybe? All of those threadlings jumped right into the shield of this guy. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Besides, we were told that the combat loop is to kind of run in, get a kill with our melee. That's going to give us unraveling rounds. Unraveling rounds are really good as well. I really want to get my grenade back, though, so I can start plugging it into the tessellation. And remember, final blows with the tessellation give us grenade energy. So I can do that. Boop. Oh! So that actually has, like, a pretty large area of effect. Like, a decent one, at least. And I already have my grenade back. Do I get grenade energy back from, like, the explosion on the tessellation, like, bomb that I shoot? Like, if I shoot it right there? Oh! Okay. Okay. I see. That's pretty solid. Okay. I'm wondering, okay, if I load the bomb up, is it in there forever? Like if I switch weapons? Yep, it's still in there, and it's not on a timer or anything like that. What if I, like... Can I make a bunch of strand clones and then, like, blow up the clones with the tessellation? And then that creates a bunch of unravel, and then I shoot the tangle to, like, nuclear bomb everything? So if I kill that dude, dodge over there, kill another guy, dodge over here. Okay. This actually seems pretty good. The tessellation damage at base ain't too shabby either. Do I even, like, have to play the game with this build? Or do I just, like, create a couple clones and then I kind of AFK? Hold up. We're going to grapple. Boom. And then let's blow up this... Okay. And then... I'm just going to dodge next to this guy. Dude, this is... not... like, when I first saw this Boots exotic, I kind of saw it as, like, a PvP exotic. And I thought it would kind of be worthless in PvE. But the, like, all the clone threadlings are just nuking everything. And even if the clones don't explode, like, they soak the aggro for me. Because another thing I was worried about this build is it doesn't use Stylus Executioner, so I was curious, like, how well am I really going to be able to survive with this build? Because I don't have any invisibility or anything like that. But you still get the healing from the combination blow final blows. And then on top of that, you've got, like, all the clones that are just going to take aggro for you. Like, if I do this, like, this guy's not gonna... He doesn't care about me. And then he just blows himself up. Yeah, so I'm curious, like, how much of this is really coming from these boots, though? Your Threaded Spectre has increased duration and durability, and damaging it releases additional thread. Do I have to be the one to damage it? Or is it any damage? Like, if the enemies shoot it, does that make it release additional threadlings as well? Can you put prismatic grenades in that thing? Oh. I didn't even think about that. Hold up. It feels like I just put my strand grenade in there. But here's the thing. That's okay, because while we're in Transcendence, we get significantly increased ability regeneration. So we basically enter a period of, like, grenade spam fire with the Tessellation. That in conjunction with the bonus ability, like the grenade refund we get when we hit something, like when we get a kill with Tessellation. Like, I just got, like, what, 6 grenades off in 30 seconds? Send a little grapple grenade. Punch these guys. That gives me unraveling rounds on all my weapons. Unraveling rounds are so good. Dude, this thing... Okay. I understand that, like, a lot of people maybe are a little bored of, like, the combination blow, melee, dodge, spam, hunter loop. And I know that this definitely has a lot of that, but it's like, I don't know. This feels very unique in its execution just because of, like, how many clones you're making. Dude, this feels fun. This is cool. I know it's still utilizing, like, the combination blow dodge spam loop idea, but, like, this feels cool. And it feels unique compared to, like, just the typical, you're just making so many clones. Like, everything just automatically dies. This feels cool. I like this a lot, actually. This is neat. And I haven't even used my heavy weapon at all yet. I haven't used my heavy weapon or my super. Do you think this could be an endgame build so far, like GM? I'm not entirely sure. Well, obviously, we don't have Grandmaster Nightfalls out yet at the time of recording this video. But I don't know. I think it might struggle. Like, I think Combination Blow can work really, really well in GMs, but if it has a little bit of help from something like Liar's Handshake or Syntheseps. And I think the fact that, obviously, because you're using the new exotic, you don't have an exotic class item to have those perks for you, or even like the base exotics. So I'm not entirely sure if this would hold up super well in Grandmaster level content, but I think you can get away with a lot. Like, I mean, grapple grenade melee damage is really good. Unraveling rounds is really good. I'm kind of curious about if I make a tangle and then shoot the tangle with Tessellation, and then the explosion kills everything. Do I get Tessellation kill credit for that to get grenade energy back? If I do this, and then do this. No, not really. Bummer. We'll get the unraveling rounds going. Oh, so you kind of, like, Clones. You kind of have the unraveling rounds for, like, long range. And then you have the combination blow clones for close range. I kind of want to get unraveling rounds before I start dealing with this Tormentor, so I'm going to grapple grenade and melee that dude real quick, and then I have unraveling for the Tormentor, who dies pretty quickly. Okay, let's try to make as many clones as possible. Clone 1, clone 2, clone 3. Oh, it just instantly spawned. Okay. I didn't even mean to make the Tormentor that fast. Got a lot of tangles chilling right there. I'm going to wait for these guys to respawn. And then shoot Tangle, they'll die. There's another, there's just Tangles everywhere. Yeah, I feel like the holster mod is not super important, just because I have Reconstruction. I think I am probably going to go to a Scavenger mod. Let me combination blow something for the heal, thank you. I'll make a clone as well, so everything focuses on that. I'm going to punch that guy over there, make a Tangle, blow up the Tangle. That kills everything on that side. And then I'm pretty much uninterrupted. So real quick, I'm going to make that change, like I said. I'm going to go ahead. I don't think we need the Strand holster just because we have Reconstruction. We're going to go ahead and throw on Strand Scavenger. I think I really need to be utilizing the Tessellation a lot more. It is pretty absurd how much grenade energy you get back just for killing an enemy. That, in conjunction with all the grenade energy you get back from just spamming your dodge over and over again with the combo blow loop, that also creates a ton of clones. There's a bunch of bats on this plate too that are super annoying. But I think if I do this, hit him with that, that'll make a tangle, shoot the tangle. Yeah, I think Strand Scavenger will be really nice too, because since our Tessellation is inheriting the Strand damage type, I believe that means Strand Scavenger should also work for it. So not only will we have a bunch of like extra heavy ammo, but we're also going to have a bunch of extra ammo for our Tessellation on brick pickups. So many Threadlings. Dodge, punch, dodge. I'm going to shoot my own clone, so it kills the Tormentor. We already had a tether down, so I guess that was a little unnecessary for me to shoot it. Okay, here's where I'm going to say I'm going to pop Transcendence, so I can spam load these grenades into Tessellation. Yeah, I think a big part of this build that I'm probably not taking advantage of enough is that idea of, like, getting a ton of Transcendence energy, popping Transcendence a lot, and using that to spam load grenades in my Tessellation so I can, like, do the alternate fire mode that absolutely cooks stuff. And of course, that's before even factoring in, like, the Catalyst, where we get bonus effects. They did say the Catalyst was not necessary, though, and I feel like our run so far does prove that, so if you don't have the Catalyst, it's perfectly fine. I mean, it's working. All right, so I'm going to open up. I'm going to come to the back here. I'm going to drop my tether nice and square right there. Let's pull out our machine gun. You know, what I kind of want to try to do is, I want to make a bunch of clones next to the boss. So I want to try and just prioritize killing all the ads near the boss. I'm trying to bait all the ads over here. There we go. Clones, make another clone, make another clone. The punch damage is still not half bad, even without Liars or Calivans. And I want to see, like, how well I can keep this arena clear of ads. So step one, obviously get the combination blow stacked up, and then we can make a bunch of clones. Another clone. Because there's a ton of ads that spawn in this area. If you've ever done this mission, you know that there's just a ludicrous amount of ads. And right now, there's no ads, because I have 19 clones around the field. Maybe get Transcendence going. Ooh. Right there, that damage right there from the Tessellation grenade shot was actually pretty good. Like, what if I like just go for the AoE? Oh. Okay, so maybe stop trying to direct impact these guys with that, because it is clearly not working. Time to finish the job. Let's make as many clones as humanly possible. And I'm thinking... Oh my... Dude. That's hilarious. Load in the grenade. Another clone. Another clone. Go for a little grapple melee, maybe? Pop Prismatic. That allows us to load in the grenades. Oh, fair enough. So, will it build? Absolutely, yes. I think this was like a very unique twist on the typical combination blow spam dodge loop instead of like primarily creating explosions and a lot of single target damage. You're really leaning into like a bunch of minions doing like the AoE stuff for you, which I think is really, really cool. The one thing I would say is I'm not 100% sure if I'm sold on the usage of Balance of Power here. It felt like I got a little bit of extra Threadlings out of it, but I feel like this exotic is maybe a little bit more for PvP than it is for PvE. That being said, in a build where we're trying to create as many Threadlings as possible, this thing is actually very good at accomplishing that. I'm just curious if there's maybe some other stuff that could do the job a little bit better. At the current moment, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. So, like, I'm saying this thing takes the cake for now. I feel like most builds can be iterated on to be a little bit better, but super fun, really unique take on, like, the melee dodge spam loop combo. And I liked it a lot. So we'll definitely win 1,000 silver. If you want your build reviewed in one of these videos, please be sure to join my Discord server linked in the description down below and submit your build into the Will It Build channel. Subscribe if you want to catch the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.